Thanks for having me, everyone. That it's my honor to participate Come Up event, and I'd like to share what we have learned and how my journey has started it, and what I learned, and during the COVID-19 pandemic time, what we have seen, and also how we react on the COVID-19, and what do we see for the post COVID-19 time. So. Uh, um, so I'd like to share because it is the foundation of the business, and since start of mission and why we are doing this. So allow me to share my history a bit and background, and then I think that will help you to understand why I'm doing this. So my story starts from South Korea, Yosu, where I was raised, and my hometown. It's a seaside in South Korea side, and that is the map I attached that here. So it's beautiful sightseeing area in South Korea, Yosu. I was raised in South Korea, and I always wanted to go abroad as like Yosu kind of rural area. So I was curious how the world would be like great if I just can get out from the small town and interact with all the talents and learn a different cultural background. And the second part that I'm a huge fan of heavy metal music. Still, I love music and heavy metal. So that was the way I was introduced to start my own business. Age 19, I started on my business, and there was heavy metal music record label, and it was fascinating experience in South Korea. And that helped me to understand what is entrepreneurship and how to run a business like that. And it really helped me to guide me to run the business. And my father was an MD doctor and OBGYN professional. Unfortunately, he passed away out of the lung cancer, and that actually taught me about a lot of the life lessons, including like why we are here and what is the life priority. And as he was the healthcare, the thought leader, he was able to provide retrospective the view of the healthcare, and before he passed away. So that definitely changed my the life aspect. And the next screen is like in the soul searching moment, because I was at the sophomore college, and like most of the college kids that I didn't pay attention about what would be my next career path like that. But as I lost my father by the time, and I truly enjoy my business, small business, the music record label. I I had a lot of questions in my life, and what should I do? And then I figured that I need to take the healthy challenge, meaning like I need to try something not uncomfortable, but that's the only way I can learn my talent and then unleash my opportunity to maximize. So that was the plan I had, and that's how I came to United States, New York City, where it's absolutely far from Seoul, and now here I am. So Malcolm was the tech lead of Google Map by the time. He was a lead engineer, a tech lead for Google Map projects, and I was fond of him, and we became very close each other because he's focused to the innovation, and also he's the great product mindset that was fascinating. And we were discussing what we can do something together, and we found company Noom. Actually, the first company name was Work Smart Labs Inc., and that was founded in 2007. And we had a lot of like most typical the startup companies. Like we spent a lot of time to learn how to recruit people and raise capital. We took like 2 years to raise the first seed capital, the angel investment. So it wasn't not easy, but it was worthy to learn. And then eventually we launched the first application, and that's the official debut of our product. And since then, we were growing really fast. In the first era, I want to say we built a bunch of applications like Cardio Trainer, Calorific, and then Noom. And we pivoting by accessing from a fitness-driven product, and then we learned a lot of people do not exercise but nutrition is very important for managing their health. So we pivot to Calorie Fit, which is calorie counting product. And the calorie, we also learn counting calories is not the only way. It's one of the vertical. It's not holistic approach to deliver the health, which our company mission is. We want to help many lives, as many as we can. To make that happen, we need to do more holistic approach service, and that's how Noom was created it. Where we are currently offering the service. So that's how we've been growing fast. And you may now wonder, what is Noom? So I played our TV to replay TV commercial to give an idea the Noom concept. But Noom is, again, it's using behavior science. So we use science. Behavior science means like it consists of the psychology, AI technology, and we deliver service through mobile platform. And so we can retrain your brain to lead healthy lives. That's our service, Noom. And a lot of people were asking, well, that's quite interesting because a lot of people think about Noom as just a weight loss product, but it's greater than that. Weight loss is the outcome of having healthy habits. And I will talk more about that further, but currently Noom has been pioneering the industry of behavior science, and we are the market leader at this moment. Alrighty. So how does it work, and which condition we are taking care of? These days, the healthy weight, that means like weight management, is our flagship product, and we also learn people. One of the bottlenecks that people cannot build a health habit is because they have a bad habits. So we recently launched a service for how to cope with the stress and manage stress and anxiety, and that's on the product line that we have for healthy mind. And obviously, hypertension and diabetes area, that condition absolutely requires to manage the lifestyle modification. So that's the condition that we also offering right now. For information, Noom is the official, the online diabetes prevention program partners by CDC in the United States. And so we plan to expand our service for the other conditions that require lifestyle modification. Then you may wonder why, in order to deliver our company mission to help many lives, why weight loss, right? Well, I get the question quite often. The answer is, as a startup, we needed to have a meaningful database that we can utilize, because the data, we need an active user base. That way we can improve our algorithm, right? So we use AI technology, and in order to build a very effective technology, that we need to learn from the active user base. So we want to have a mass user database. The thing is, unfortunately, in the United States and probably everywhere, the obesity and overweight is the big issues, especially in the United States. 72% of Americans are either obese or overweight. And last year, according to American Obesity Association, 41% of Americans are obese, which is a shocking number. So in other words, there is a ton of the problem, which means for entrepreneurs, there's an opportunity to solve the problem. And weight loss management is relatively quick result we can expect, meaning if our end user engage our service and adopt a healthy lifestyle, they can get the result within a week. Within a week, they can see the progress, which is very quick turnover. So that's why we chose weight loss. And also FDA, not regulatory area. I think most of healthcare innovation has not been fast enough compared to the other industry due to the regulation. But the good news is the FDA, not regulatory area, is weight loss. That's why we are doing that. And then lastly, the 21% of the overall healthcare budget relate to overweight or the lifestyle management. So this is a great way we can fix the problem and lower the healthcare budget. That's why we chose weight loss. And let's talk about the what composed of the Noom product. So Noom, if you were exposed to, we have a product in South Korea through Noom Korea, so Korean version is available as well. So please I recommend you try it out. The Noom consists of the curriculums that is customized content that we can guide our end users, and there is a peer review, a peer support group. That means like similar condition of the other peer, the Noomers will work together with you. That way, there's a social features to support, and obviously, it's a one-on-one coaching service that we provide the direct guideline, and every day we provide the customized task. That way, the end user, the Noomer, can follow what to do every day. And as you can expect, like meal logging, exercise logging, and so we have and also wearable device integration. That way, we can also gather a data point of how you are doing. That's the key component of the Noom product. I'd like to highlight that the way we were able to build the scale of services, we put together, so we discovered in 2015, originally we only had an AI-based coaching service. And when we had an AI-only service, we were doing okay, but we were not happy with the outcome. Meaning, AI coaching, no matter how smart AI is teaching and coaching you to modify your lifestyle to become better and healthier, it was not easy to actually really tackle the root cause of problem, right? And also, it was not easy to fully understand what struggles our end users have. So we tested a lot of ways how we can overcome this bottleneck, and we figured that human coach, who comes with the compassion and the heart, the empathy, right, and the passion, that's not copyable by the machine. That's not easy. That probably is not impossible to build it with the technology. So we put together human coach and AI, and then we saw amazing outcome. Since then, we reinvest we redeveloped new product in 2016, and ever since the company has been growing extremely fast. The last 4 years, we made a 2,000% 20x revenue growth. So you can imagine how fast we've been growing, and it has been the market has been welcoming our product. Again, we put the human coach, and we also use AI coach to empower human coach. That way we can make a scalable platform, and that has been working so well. So let's talk about that a little bit more. So when I see, because AI technology is everywhere, a lot of tech companies are trying to adopt AI technology as their main driver and engine for service and technology. We get that, but you can see AI technology needs a ton of data. That's why I think the big machine learning has been also a right technology. The thing is, the database has to be live. The database has to be the fruitful enough that the algorithm can be updated every second. And that's the secret sauce of Noom. Why is that? Because we built a product that we interact with our end users day to day, and we have a ton of millions user base right now. So human coaches, at this moment, we have 2,600 plus more, and soon 3,000 full-time human coaches in the United States. So these all human coaches are in sessions, right? And our AI technology can monitor and capture the essence of the lessons, and that becomes the asset of our AI technology and improved algorithm. And that is the flywheel, how the Noom has been successfully growing and scale up the service. And it's fascinating to see that. Again, a lot of media has asked would AI technology will take away a lot of people's job like that. I mean, I think it will definitely impact a lot of job opportunity, but also I do think, as I mentioned, I'm a believer that there are certain areas that AI cannot either repeat, or even though they mimic, I don't think people will appreciate it. For instance, would you get a life advice, and do you think you can change your lifestyle or habits, bad habits, taught by AI machine? I don't think so. So that's our belief, and we've been our approach has been very unique, right? So putting the human first, our end user first, obviously, and our service provided by the human coach, but assisted by AI. That way we can scale the service. So that's the secret sauce of Noom, and I believe that's the company, the asset. So again, as stated here, the human can do for sure: emotional compassion, encouragement, accountability, functional goal setting, group moderation. Like all these are the key the assets, and we figured, and we've been creating the right harmony between human coach and AI technology. So this is some of how we use technology and why it's important. Again, I think a lot of healthcare, digital healthcare company has failed to build a scalable business for various reasons, but mainly I think number one, not enough like active user base. If they don't have a user base, how they learn and they can provide the service, right? I think that's the first problem. A lot of digital healthcare company are working hard with a great concept and technology, and they can get the business opportunity, but that business cycle takes too long. That means they will not be able to expose to many user base. Even if they are exposed to user, there will be a longer the communication cycle to get the database. Then, as a software and a product maker, how would they receive the feedback and build better product? It's not going to be that easy. So again, that's the number one struggles, which we were thankfully able to figure that out. So active the user base, which will build a database. And for us, we also have a full-time health coaches. Again, full-time. We don't support the gig economy. I don't believe like a consultant or part-timers can do the great job, because we believe in full-time. We need to provide a great work environment so that way they can fully pay attention to end users. So that's how we do. So we support and create the health coaches community. We are about to have 3,000 again, the coaches like that. And obviously, mobile technology, all the technology can support this platform. That's the key, the component how we built the Noom, the secret sauce. Alrighty, so the summary of Noom. So Noom is pioneer, a first of its kind of psychology-based program powered by data, technology, and human coaches that help millions of people make healthier choices that lead to healthier outcome. One more time, a lot of the weight loss management company or healthcare company approach with a lot of I want to say gimmick, right? Some ideas like I can wear some watch or some like very fun, a gamified way to tracking and logging. It's a good ideas, but we think like a building a sustainable, healthy habit is very difficult. And if we provide service that expect that users needs to log all the time and also has to like do something particularly difficult, the task, it's not going to be that easy to engage that long. So again, that's why we use psychology to fully connect what's the root cause of the problem, and we can help them to overcome the bottleneck, right? That's the way Noom has been cracked the problem and developed the service. Now, let me share as we are doing healthcare, and we are based in Manhattan, New York City. So New York City received a ton of like COVID-19 impact. I mean, compared to the other city, I think New York City was very difficult to manage, to be honest, because density of population and the way the government has managed. So it's interesting to see the impact last 10 months, and I want to share my personal insight and observation. So as we all know, COVID-19 has a high, the correlation, the leading comorbidity among like COVID-19 deaths are like hypertension, diabetes, and as you can see, all this lifestyle, the related, the chronic conditions are exposed to high risk against to COVID-19. So a lot of users are seeking for how to get healthy. That way they can either prevent or manage their chronic conditions. And also, we have noticed a ton of users came to Noom service because they want to learn. If they are stuck at a shelter-at-home stage for many, many months, probably they gain weight a little bit more in the beginning because they were doing more snacking probably. And also they learned enough from the media. They learned that if they are healthy, even if they got the COVID-19, they can overcome that relatively easily, right? So people were seeking how to get better and build their own strong immune system. And that's the way they discovered Noom service. And we are very happy that we were able to help serve for many millions of people to get healthier as Noom deliver great outcome. And a lot of people are asking, like, so did Noom receive the COVID-19 support and like in business like that? It's really hard to answer that, as everything is new normal for us. And the Noom has been growing really well last 4 years anyway. So we are delivering our expectation this year too. So it's not easy to analyze directly, like, did COVID-19 it gave the opportunity Noom can grow even faster. It's really hard to answer that yes and no, but what we have discussed that people are paying attention to, again, lifestyle, the choice. They want to have a healthier lifestyle choice, and there's some interest that I brought today that the mental health concern has risen a ton during this COVID-19 time in the United States. The level of anxiety has increased from 6.33% to now 50.9%, which is a shocking number. And depression rate has gone soared also, like 14.6% to now 48.3%, the depression rate in United States. And the overall stress from people, like Americans feels like they have an 8.1% stress now. It is 81.9%, 81.9%, right? It's 10 times higher. So COVID-19 led this shelter-at-home stage, and over month and month, it is certainly difficult, and a lot of people are under a ton of pressure, stress, and people are seeking for the service, how they can get better. The good news is now the Noom service, like a Noom, and the many services available now. The Noom and telemedicine and technology, I think that if we didn't have this much technology, I think the COVID-19 time could be extremely difficult, right? I mean, look at us right now. We are having this come-up event as scheduled, although the COVID-19 came, because we have technology I can plug in. I'm calling from New York City now. It's 12 o'clock midnight, right? But I can actually connect to you in South Korea, all the way opposite of the earth, from the New York City to Seoul, and from Seoul probably to the other the country, broadcasting, streaming out right now my message. So it's incredible. So telemedicine, for instance, has been a great way. It was able to manage the COVID-19 impact as well. So I believe COVID-19 is a misery for sure, but we were able to make the efficient and also fast the innovation adoption through this time for sure. And telemedicine has led, the data shows that there's no difference in outcome when you compare telehealth with in-person therapy. So this is an incredible outcome. A lot of people before COVID-19 doubt about telemedicine, right? The efficacy, they doubt about that. But matter of fact, COVID-19 time, there's no choice. So people have to use telemedicine, telehealth to meet the doctor, and the outcome is equally the same. It's safe, it's effective, and it's convenient. So again, I do believe there is the positive side of the COVID-19 as well, that we learn and that we are adopting new innovation faster than ever. And this is another my personal observation. It's interesting enough that I've been doing this Noom service for 14 years, and what I have seen is interesting to see how the market has adopted a new trend. Pardon me. Meaning, so around 10 years ago, I recall when people wear like Lululemon or yoga pants, they had an issue to ride on the airplane in the United States, even United States, right? So that was a big news that some airplane did not allow the passengers can ride on the airplane with only just yoga pants. But these days, yoga pants is a style. It's a new day-to-day clothing. Like an athleisure is the style, and people want to brag about their lifestyle choice, right? And people consume salad instead of like the big heavy lunch, and people consume detox juice. People drink the smoothie, like healthy smoothie like that as a meal replacement, and people seek for healthier choice. And if you see the trend of Instagram, which is the it's very to read the market trend. A lot of people are choosing like posting about their lifestyle choice, the travel, food, and exercise. That's a very important key thing these days. Why is that? Because it is new luxury. It is new luxury that people. I do think a smart health lifestyle is the new luxury that people are seeking for, adopting it. So before I would say like the materials are, the vanity luxuries are, the those stuff. But these days, I think that our generation, that this time, it doesn't matter how rich you are. I think people are seeking for having a healthy and a smart lifestyle, and I think that's a good thing. And over COVID-19 time, a lot of people, we all, we got impact everywhere. Everyone got impact out of COVID-19, and I believe people learned the core value of the life over COVID-19. A lot of people, including myself, they learned that the family value and the health value. I think that's the key matter they learned, right? Because we got stuck, we had to, and stay with the family, and we were exposed to the high risk that we may lose the health because COVID-19 is so contagious and it spread us so quickly, and that taught us the key value. And I think the world had a moment that made a pause and think about the core value. And I think that value was so incredibly important. I don't think post-COVID-19 time we will lose and go back where we were. I think it's going to be really another level of new normal will arrive as post-COVID-19 is approaching. Thank God that the vaccine has, I think there is a great progress has made. So the vaccine will be arrived, should be arrived very soon. I think over this like 10 months and most likely next year, so over a year of this COVID-19 era, people learn how to adapt and also adopt a healthy lifestyle choice. And like a new service available, like there's a lot of healthcare product that's available, beauty product, and people so much they receive and adjust the lifestyle. And I think they will continue to keep it and sustain a healthy lifestyle that way. And also the way they engage the work, the way they travel and meet people will be adjusted. And the like telehealth has proved that its efficacy. I believe the overall healthcare were considered as one of the most conservative industry. They receive a ton of disruption. If you follow the Wall Street and the NASDAQ these days, the healthcare sector is the most versatile in a rising area because, again, COVID-19 led this disruption. The healthcare has to change, and they changed, and they are expecting to adopt more innovation technology. So I think there's a huge, great opportunity right now, today, and that will be continued as the disruption has happened, and a lot of legacy companies seeking for how to adapt to technology and innovation. And us, the end users, are also seeking for those choices. So I think this is my ending note. So again, there's a ton of like articles, and the government is seeking for how to help the people get healthier more than ever. Like even the UK government, the Prime Minister is promoting about the weight loss. Is the nationwide promotion right now is important. Mental health care is very important like that. So again, COVID-19 led, there's a lot of focused healthcare. There's a lot of interest to learn about digital healthcare because it's contactless, at the same time deliver equal, even better efficacy. So there's a great opportunity in healthcare industry overall. I think this is it. So thank you very much for paying attention to my the keynote presentation. I wish I could do this in person, although this is effectively working well, because it's not easy to feel how you receive my message. But thank you very much for watching my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Zhang. Thank you for your keynote speech. We have a few questions from our online viewers. So if I may, I have selected a couple of questions. And here's the first question. Can you tell us more about behavior science and why choice is important?
So we people few product opportunity, the product how to deliver the healthy outcome. I've been running company now 14 years. In the beginning, I thought, again, our company mission is we want to help many lives, as many as we can by changing behavior. Now, we want to deliver great healthy outcome, and we thought in the beginning, building the fitness products is the best way we can deliver the health, which is true, but we realized there's a more bigger impact than the fitness, which is the nutrition side. So we developed calorie counting product like that. But we became #1 calorie counting product at the App Store. The problem is having the great tool like counting products does not change the behavior which build a system habit. Again, we want to make a real good impact to outcome, right, to end users. But counting calories or developing a fancy one tool does not make a long-lasting impact. And then we discovered psychology is very important. Why is that? Because people have a lot of layers of the different reasons why they could not build a healthy habit. So in order to provide a holistic approach, we figured we need to utilize cognitive behavior therapy, CBT, psychology, technology, that way all put together, and then we discover behavior science the way we can build a long-lasting result for our end users. That's why behavior science, and we are the pioneer in this market.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer. And here's the next question. You talked about Noom being more than weight loss. In what other areas do you see Noom providing value with its behavior science platform?
I think behavior science can apply in many areas. As a founder CEO, I was very impressed how people receive a product, and we read comments. And lately I learned over and over that our users are bragging about product. Not only they lost weight, but they were able to build a better relationship. Isn't that amazing? Better relationship with themselves, with the food, and also significant. That being said, we realize behavior science is a very powerful way we can penetrate all the problems and help our end users. So which are the conditions am I looking for? Healthy mind, the stress management, and also diabetes management and hypertension management, which is a common chronic condition for many people. And by adopting a healthy lifestyle, we can either reverse the condition or we can manage the chronic conditions much better. So those are the conditions that we are looking forward to provide the service.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zhang. We appreciate your answer. So this is the end of your session, and we hope to see you soon in person. Until then, stay safe and healthy. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.